Second, Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Yes, once again I'm coming. Yes, Hari Bol.
Yes.
Are you hearing me, Mother Krishna Prabhu?
Yes, we can hear you and see you very well.
Okay. My Dandavat to Guru Maharaj, Vishnu Vaishnava Bhakti Rakhak, Srila Goswami Maharaj, my obeisance to all my Guru Varga and all the Dandipad, Acharya, Pujavat, Gopananda Maharaj, and all the Vaishnava Vrinda. What to say? I'm so happy by seeing and hearing from the mouth of great Vaishnavas. Today, first we heard from Gopananda Maharaj. He spoke so nicely about Damodar Vrata, Kartik Vrata, Ujja Vrata, etc. So, Madhav Krishna Prabhu and I know Pramadaji Maharaj all are requesting me to say something. To this time we heard some big problem going on with the devotees and citizens of Bangladesh. We are very sad also that so many devotees also attacked and killed. I'm remembering today, and many in the world, many devotees, worldwide ISKCON devotees, and we all connected with Gaudiya Vaishnavism. We are so sad. So I'm just thinking, some few days ago, some devotees from Bangladesh asked me, what is our duty? Because now the religion was attacked, dharma was attacked. But first I have to say humbly that I don't know English so much. I don't know anything, but by your request, I try to say, please correct my English. I try to say something when Vaishnavas desiring and ordered me to this Vishva Vaishnava Raj Sabha meeting. And so many Vaishnavas is attend here, I see, from various parts of the world. And I heard Paramananda Prabhu, he spoke very nicely. So I feel I don't know English, but please correct me. I try to say something, maybe mistake, but I try to express my heart to you today. Especially this is Kartik month, Damodar Vrata month of bhajan, when we must be more serious. This is very hard. We must be more serious in our bhajan. So this is the meaning of, and also there is some other meaning that by this Vrata we can please Radharani. Guru Maharaj Srila Bhakti Rakhak Srila Deva Goswami Maharaj saying about this month that Krishna representing this Margashisa, this we say Damodar Mas. It can follow that the goddess representing the preceding month, Kartika, represents Radharani. Kartika month is the month of the Bho, known as Urja Vrata. Urjeshwari is also a name of Radharani. Urja means resources. All resources culminate in her. She commands all resources. The Shakti, power or resources are commanded by her. So the vow followed in the month of the Kartika known as Urja Vrata goes ultimately to the connection of Urjeshwari, Sri Radhika. And thus Vaishnavas lay stress upon the observance of Kartika, especially with the aspiration of satisfying Radharani to attain her service and the service of Krishna. we are also told that in that month, the gopis observe the worship of Katvayani with the internal aim of satisfying the Devi goddess. Nanda Gopa Shutang Devi Pati me Kurute Namaha. That was the internal prayer to the Devi Jogomaya. Please manage in such a way that we can have the service of the son of Nanda in our own hearty way. With that prayer, the Kartika Vrata was observed by them. So we also lay some special stress on the observance of the last portion of Chaturmasya, known as Kartika Vrata. And that is exclusively connected with the service of the gopis. Radharani and Krishna and Srimad Bhagavatam also comes to encourage us in the line of the gopis, worship of Katvayani. With that spirit within, we observe the last month of Chaturmasya more attentively. And this it is told. And also we see, this month we read about Shikshashtakam. We give more stress. We sing all the song every day. We try to some more reading Bhajan Rohisho had also explained that Shikshashtakam. So I want to say a few words about Shikshashtakam. And also that I started that we are very sad that what is happening that in Bangladesh, and some devotees asking me, what's our duty? Oh, the sadhus, what will do? But we know in Shikshashtakam, the famous slok is saying about Trinada Pishanichana. We must be very, it is saying one who is humbler than a blade of grass, more forbearing than a tree, who gives the due honor to others without desiring it for himself, is qualified to always chant the holy name of Krishna. This sloka we know, but in Bengali, one word is there. The Vaishnava Hababoli Chilamor Shad Trinada Pishloke Puri Galabad. Meaning that I thought I shall be a Vaishnava, but when I've seen this Trinada Vishloka, then I see it is impossible to become a Vaishnava. So for that devotees from Bangladesh asked me, what's the duties of the sadhus in this case? Then I remember these sloks. Sadhu will be very humble, but Guru Maharaj, Vishnu Pashila Bhakti Rakhak, Siddhadev Goswami Maharaj discussed the Tinada Pishlok and very elaborately, and he said that in this case, when like Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to this Brajodham in Radhakunda, where I am got some chance to come now. But there he got some insulted. What insult? Not he, but someone insulted Raghunath Das Goswami. I can read exactly. When our spiritual Guru Maharaj saying, when our spiritual master Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur went to Vrindavan in the early 1930s, he rode in a motor car. In those days, this was unheard of for a saint. One day, a priest insulted our Guru by depreciating the position of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, the preceptor of our highest conception of spiritual achievement. He boasted, we are not only residents of the Holy Land, but members of the caste of high priest, Brahmana. Therefore, we can offer our benedictions to Das Goswami. He was born in a low-class family, and he himself asked such a benediction from us, because he wrote this slok that Guru Gusthalay Sujane Bhushuragani Shamantre Sinamni Brajanapa Jivadande Swarane Sada Dambham Hitva Kururatim Apurva Atitaram Aye Shantravarsto Chatuvir Avicha Dhita Padaha. O mine, my brother, I fall at your feet and implore you, give up all the pride and always taste ecstatic love while remembering the divine guide, the holy abode of Vrindavan, the cowherds and milkmaids of Braja, the loving devotees of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, the gods on earth or pure Brahmanas, the Gayatri Mantra, the holy names of Sri Krishna and the divine youthful couple of Braja, Sri Radha Govinda Sundar. That priest remarked, we are residents of the holy abode of Vrindavan and Brahmanas as well. So we are in a position to give benediction to Raghunath Das Goswami. Upon hearing these words, our Guru Maharaj, who was at Radhakunda at that time, he remarked, he at that time began fasting. He remarked, I have to hear this. This fellow is under the control of lust, anger, and greed. And he says that he can show his grace to Das Goswami, the most respected preceptor in our line. And I am to hear that without retaliating against his remarks. He decided to fast. We also stopped eating. Who was with Prabhupada, Bhakti, like our Guru Maharaj. Say, Guru Maharaj, we also stopped eating and our whole camp began fasting. Then a local gentleman who came to know that the whole camp was fasting managed to find the blasphemous priest and bring him to our Guru Maharaj. That priest begged to be pardoned. Our Guru Maharaj was satisfied. After showing him some respect, finally broke his fast. At that time, someone told our Guru Maharaj, they are all ignorant fools. Why should you be so much affected by his words? You should ignore it. Our Guru Maharaj said, if I were an ordinary Babaji and heard such a remark, I could simply cover my ears and go away. But I am playing the part of an Acharya, one who teaches by example. What justification do I have for riding in a motor car if I do not oppose the remarks against my Gurudev? Repeatedly he used to this expression, why am I driving a motor car here in Vrindavan? He said, had I been a Nishkinchan Babaji, a saint living in a seclusion and wearing only a loin cloth, I would have given no opposition to this man. To save myself, I would simply leave the place and go elsewhere. But because I am riding in a big motor car, in the post of an Acharya, a teacher, I must defend the dignity of the great devotees. I have accepted this charge and can't evade these circumstances. I must face it and do everything in my power that such things may not go on unrestricted or unopposed. Humility must be adjusted or modified in its practical application. Guru Maharaj is saying, humility must be adjusted or modified in its practical application. Once when the temple in Mayapur, ISKCON temple was attacked. A gun was used by the devotees to defend the temple. Later there was a complaint among the local people. They said, oh, they are humble, they are tolerant. Why have they crossed the advice of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be humbler than a blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree? They can be devotees. So many complaints were coming to me, but I defended them by saying, no. Guru Maharaj say, no, they have done rightly. The instruction to be humbler than a blade of grass means one should be humble to the devotee, not to a madman. Guru was saying, I remember that time some people, Mahapur, those were another group, they are against Hindus. So they attacked ISKCON temple. That time devotee also attacked. Then they are took to the jail. And when the court justice trying to do the judgment, then show the video. See, these people come with weapons. They are attacked our temple. Shall I sit without protect our temple? To save our life, to not our life, save our temple, take our Guru, our Lord. We have shown some weapon to them. So in this way, they got the justice. The justice declared on the favor of the devotees. No, they are right. They protect their temple. They are God. So they must do this. This is right. So the general class of men are ignorant. They are mad. They do not know what to good or bad. So their consideration has no value. Who is qualified to judge whether a devotee is offering respect to all and not expecting any for himself? Who will judge whether he is a really humble and tolerant madman? Ignorant people? Have they any sense to judge? Who is humble? Who is tolerant? Who is respectful to others? There must be a standard by which to judge humility. We are interested in the criterion of given by higher thinkers, not the consideration of the ignorant masses. The standard of humility, Guru Maharaj saying, of course, anyone may deceive the ordinary public with superficial humility, but a show of humility is not real humility. It must come from the heart, and it must have a real purpose. Everything, humility, tolerance, and pridelessness must be considered by the judgment of a standard, a normal person, not by the ignorant, who are like elephant, tigers, and jackals. Should they be allowed to judge what is humility, what is audacity and impertinence? Of course not. Should a devotee think the deity and temple is about to be molested, but I shall stand by and do nothing? I should be humble and tolerant. A dog is entering the temple. I should show him respect. No, this is not real humility. We must have a normal conception of reality. We must not allow these anomalies to continue in the name of offering respect to others. We must not think that we may allow anyone to harm the devotees or molest the temple, that we shall allow the dog to enter the temple. We are showing all respect to others. We are not interested only in the physical meaning of the scriptures, but the real meaning. So I'm going to finish. That I am humble means that I am the slave of the Vaishnava. With that consciousness, we must proceed. If anyone comes to molest my master, I should first sacrifice myself, thinking because I am of the least importance, my sacrifice is no loss. I must sacrifice myself to maintain the dignity of my Guru, the devotees, and my Lord and his family. We must always understand what is to be honored. We offer our respect to the highest truth, the Lord of the Lords. Our dealings should be in consonance with that. If we always keep the highest conception of relativity within us, we will see that we are the lowest. If there is a danger to our guardians, we shall sacrifice ourselves. All of this should be taken into the account when trying to understand the meaning of humility. Not physical imitation, but genuine humility. It is a question of practical realization. Fame and honor must be given to the Lord and his devotees, not to anyone else. In the higher stage of devotion, of course, humility may have to be adjusted in another way for the Paramahamsa Babajis, the topmost one, like saints who have given up all connection with this material world, but in the preaching stage, the second-class devotee must accept things differently. As our Guru Maharaj said, had I been in the role of a Babaji, a non-assertive, reclusive saint, I would have walked away from the place without offering any opposition. But when we are preaching and have taken the responsibility of leading so many souls to the domain of the Lord, our adjustment must be made accordingly. Generally, we may be indifferent to those who are personally inimical to us, but when we preach on behalf of the Lord in an organized way, our duty changes. We cannot be indifferent to antagonists. It is mentioned in the scriptures by Jiva Goswami that according to one's own particular status, these things should be taken into consideration and the necessary things should be done. He has given his decision that if the devotee has a position of power, if he is a king, and if someone repeatedly blasphemes a real Vaishnava or saintly person, then the king should enforce corporal punishment by banishing the offender from the state or by cutting out his tongue. That is not the duty for an ordinary person. If they act in such a way, there will be a riot. We should not be eager to inflict physical punishment upon anyone. Hanuman is a Vaishnava, but he is seen to destroy so many lives. The same is true of Arjuna and so many other devotees. Even Krishna and Ramchandra are also seen to kill so many demons in war. Simply a physical show of meekness does not constitute the real meaning of humility. When there is an insult to the Guru or the Vaishnavas, a devotee will oppose the blasphemers according to his might. So in this way, we see Guru Maharaj told like this. So I also told them, yes, we try to oppose, like Mahaprabhu opposed Chandkaji. Mahaprabhu was not silent. He attacked the devotees. When Chandkaji attacked in Mayapur, in Siva Shangan, he broke the mridanga. He chastised them, told to them stop some kirtan. And Mahaprabhu heard, no. He said, come with a lamp, mashal. We shall go to the Chandkaji house. And we know how he went there, how he spoke with them. And finally, he restored him. Chandkaji became a Vaishnava. So we also remembered how Mahaprabhu in this Kali Yuga changed so many demons. Krishna killed so many demons, but Mahaprabhu by his holy name. So now in the whole world today is going on. Many places devotees are doing Sankirtan, trying to, but very sad. Even in the Sankirtan, they're throwing some bricks. We're getting the news. Kali is so powerful. But I hope these devotees, this money, endeavor, they are opposing their protest. It will not go in vain. We heard when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti Thakur came in Navadvip, in Koladvip, so many Goswamis, so-called Goswamis, they attacked Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta with a stone, etc. in the Navadvip Dham Parikrama time. So many thousands of people. But Prabhupada, very humbly, very clever way, he rescued. But he not threw stone to them. But we heard those offenders came to Prabhupada after. They asked forgiveness from our Guru Maharaj. Those offenders of Navadvip, they realized and they got punished, no doubt. By doing these nonsense things to the Vaishnavas, no one will be saved. We know so many incidents. We know how Hiranyakashipu is so big, powerful. Prahlad is only a 5 years old boy, but his power is more than Hiranyakashipu. Haridas Thakur is so humble about his power. To operate Haridas Thakur, Ramchandra Khan finish. In this way, these people today, in the like a Dandavat, Asura, they are doing such nasty things. We thinking is these people, it's a Dandavat, Asura, they will do this. But we are praying to our Lord Nityananda Prabhu to save our devotees, save these temples. So this is our prayer, and also we shall try as our ability to protest, I think. From our locality, I told so many devotees to do that. So, and so, I don't want to take a long time. And Guru Sikshastakam, what is Sikshastakam? So many things to say. Sikshastakam, Maharaj described Damodarashtakam so many nicely, and so many nice things also there. And what is Sikshastakam? Guru Maharaj saying in his golden volcano, he wrote, he given us diving deep into the reality of his own beauty and sweetness. Krishna stole the mood of Radharani and, garbing himself in her brilliant luster, appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For the last 12 years, his manifest pastimes, he has deeply absorbed in the mood of union in separation and shared his heart's inner feeling with his most confidential devotees. Volcanic eruptions of ecstasy flowed from his heart in the agony of separation from Krishna, and his teachings, known as Sikshastakam, appeared from his lips like streams of golden lava. I fall at the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the golden volcano of divine love. This Sikshastakam is so nice. Krishnadas Kaviraj saying, Prabhu's Sikhastak Shlok Jai Pare Shune Krishna Bhakti Tar Bade Dine Dine. Krishnadas Kaviraj in the end of Chaitanya Charitamrita. We see the last chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sikshastakam, he described what is found from Padmavali, Rupa Goswami, and it was now in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mahaprabhu not wrote any book, but this sloka we found, and in this sloka I think everything is there. Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojan. It is described, and how nice that Bhaktivinoda Thakur translated. Without Bhaktivinoda Thakur, maybe we are unable to understand also Sikshastakam. And we singing every day. Now in this Kartik Vrata, Damodar Vrata, every day we sing the same thing. And I also heard from Vaishnavas. When we heard from the mouth of Vaishnava, then it is touch our heart. But to say, I don't want to take a lot of time. One day I heard of my Guru Varga, Maharaj, I am not getting any taste of holy name. And then he says so nicely, because of aparad, what Mahaprabhu told, what Bhaktivinoda Thakur given us, because of aparad, my heart is like a thunderbolt, very hard. The power of Krishna name not coming here, not to me, my heart. Tua name nalhabi vikar, aparad fali mamo, chitta vela vajra shamo, tua name nalhabi vikar. I am not getting any result of holy name. I am become frustrated. But still, Mahaprabhu saying, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying, I am chanting, loudly. Dina daya mai patita pavan, bhava bindu di rakha paran. Oh my Lord, you are very merciful to the poor. Dina daya maya patita pavan, you are the rescuer of the fallen. Please give me some bhava that I can feel something. Bhava bindu, give me some devotion. Then I can understand the holy name and yourself, Lord. Bhava bindi ragam, kabitva nama ucharane more, noyane jharva dara Lord. When the tears will come, and so many other symptoms of love, devotionally appeared to me. Then his cry, Mahaprabhu saying, I'm crying. Then after that, what happened? The next song he's saying, Jugaitam nimishena chakshusha pabhishaitam sunnaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name. Before sloka saying, Nayanangalada Sudharaya, what I discussed. When tears will come my heart, when I can feel the power of the holy name, when I'm frustrated, nothing I'm getting. But the next realization is that Gaite gaite nam kidasha hoilo Krishna nitya dasmai hridaye smrilo. When I'm continuously chanting, singing your holy name, what happened today? I got something. I'm getting some realization. What realization? I'm realized I am the servant of Krishna. I'm the eternal servant of Krishna. Krishna nitya dasmai hridaye smrilo. It is revealed to my heart that I am the eternal servant of Krishna. And my sufferings, that Govinda Virahe Dukkha, I now understand. By the Viraha, separation of Govinda is the cause of all sufferings. In different way it is coming to me, because there is a separation, there is a gap to me and Govinda. So, without Govinda, so suffering coming. But when I'm getting you, then Artha Sansar Mad Nahi Lage Halo Kaha Jai Krishna Hari Chinta Vishalo. Now, Mahaprabhu's realization, say, I don't care now anything of the world. Where I go and see you, something is like I'm getting prajan. To get Krishna, this is our prajan. To get the devotion is our prajan. Now I got it. So this is, I heard from our Guru Varga, the sixth Shastra, it touched my heart actually. Oh, there is some hope that I may be frustrated in my devotional life, but I must not stop until my death. I have to continue. That is Mahaprabhu giving in Shikshashtakam, and he got it. He's showing it, that I got. I heard from my Guru Varga, I just telling you, today Damodar month, and Pujya Vrata, Kartik Vrata, when we are discussing all the Shikshashtakam, Damodar Ashtakam, all these, and in Damodar Ashtakam only one point, but I can again repeat that always when Jashoda might try to bind, always 2 fingers she cannot bind. Always there is a gap of 2 fingers. And what is these 2 fingers? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti discussed that one finger is our endeavor, our continuous endeavor. And another finger is Lord's mercy. These 2 fingers, when come, when there, then the Lord can be bound. He's under the bound. The rope is full now. That is the point I like. You also know all this. And also, I don't want to take long time. So I'm giving to my pranam to all of you, Vaishnava Vrinda, and my gratefulness, gratitude to give me a chance to speak something today. By saying Bancha Kalpatarupasya, Kipashin Devacha, Padidanang Pavane Pravishtu. Sorry.
Maharaj,
Yes.
can you please explain the 2 fingers a little bit better?
Oh, I am here, Maharaj. Maybe he will tell. I'm thinking a long time. I want to cut it short. Maybe Maharaj, I request you can say Maharaj. Okay.
No, Maharaj, we want to hear from you.
I say Maharaj already that in short, that we why not 3 fingers? Why not other finger? Only 2 fingers. There is a shortage of 2 fingers. And actually, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti given this maybe you know more Maharaj. Vishwanath Chakravarti given that Jashotamai was tired in the month of Kartik. That water coming from her body. And Krishna is showing his opulence to mother. Not only mother, to the world, he is showing Krishna that he is not a person that anyone can bind easily. But Maharaj told that Krishna can be bound only by devotion, bhakti baddham. Jashodama is not bind by rope. Jashodama is bind by her devotion. Maharaj told by his vatsalya devotion. So, and the devotion is only then when we try, when we try, then our continuous endeavor we must do. So Dida, Maharaj told also Dida, our devotion must be Shudhira, not only Dida, Shudhira, fully firm in our devotional practice, that, there is no other option to me. I want to bind him. Jashodama's mood was that. I bring as much as a rope is necessary, but always by showing, Lord showing that by rope he cannot, no one can bind by rope, right? He is big, so big. He is Ananta, he is Oshim. How this worldly rope can bind him? No. He's showing that. But again, when he accepted that, he's showing, he told Durvasha, Aham Bhakta Paradhina Jashatantra Vadija Sadhuvir Gastarida Bhakta Bhakta Janapriya. He told Durvasha, oh Durvasha, you don't know, I am completely independent. I'm Shatantra, Sharat, Shadhin. Everything is in my control. I am not anyone's control. Nobody can control me. But I can say, one can control me. Aham Bhakta Paradhina. Though I am independent, uncontrolled, but I am controlled by my devotee. By my devotee, bind me by their devotion. So Jashodama's devotion bind today. And two fingers, that is her continuous endeavor. She will do, she will not stop until. So, and then Krishna, by seeing her so much firm endeavor, Krishna, mercy came, another finger. Then we see the rope was tied in the belly of Krishna. So that teaching I like. I heard something, Maharaj. I want to hear more about this from